Let's take a look inside the Decodable Reader's Vault. When you go to the Start Here section, there's a little welcome video for you. And also there is a link to join our private Facebook group. Now, if I go back to the vault, you're going to see all of the things that we have. So we have a facts section, what's new and coming. We have scope and sequences. We're using IMSE and UFly. We have editable lesson plan. We have UFly kindergarten, first grade IMSE, IMSE kindergarten and first grade. We have decodable passages, fluency passages, and our digital readers. First, let's take a look at the editable lesson plan. Here, you can download the editable lesson plan. This is what it looks like. This is just a PowerPoint, and you can edit many of the boxes that are inside it to meet your needs. First, we're going to have a warm-up fluency. You can go ahead and check what you're working on. Phonological and phonemic awareness. We have phonics, the new skills that are being taught, what text you're using, dictation, and comprehension. And here you can go ahead and you can type in whatever notes that you would want for that lesson. We are creating at this time specific lesson plans for each decodable reader. Now let's take a look at UFly Kindergarten. When you click inside, you're going to see the scope and sequence that you can download. We also have all of our digital decodable readers with links, which I will show you a little later. And then we have our digital bookcase. And then all of our readers are here. They're going to show the title of the book, the lesson number, and then the skill. I'm just going to go to ISAT, which is our first kindergarten book. And here, what you're going to find is everything that you will need for ISAT. This is going to save tons of time, small groups. Everything is here for you, anything you could possibly need. So we have first our ISAT editable lesson plan, similar to what I just showed you, but it is specific to ISAT. Here is the done for you lesson plan. You can see that things are filled out, and what's in the lesson plan are things inside the Decodable Reader's Vault that you can use for your small groups. So we have word work, we have a script for students to be able to do some word work, and then we have a word mapping book and worksheet. And then, of course, we're going to have our decodable reader where they can practice decodable words and heart words as well as read the story. And then we have some comprehension activities. When we go back, we do have our book in color and in black and white. The PDF is set up where there are 2 books on each page. So we first have our cover, then we have our decodable and heart words for students to practice. Then you can go ahead and see that we have our story. All of the skills in each book follow the scope and sequence and only use words and skills from previous books. There's a comprehension question at the end of each story as well. These are so easy to print. You just print them. You can do single page or double-sided, and you just cut down the middle, staple, and you are ready to go. Also for each book, and this is the best part, save tons of time with your small reading groups. So we have word work, word mapping, and comprehension for every story. Here's what the word work looks like. It's going to have a teacher script where you will give students the different letters, and you can see we have a page here for the student letters, and the teacher is going to tell the students, make the word at, write it on your whiteboard, add s to the beginning, what's the new word, and you're going to go through with these letters where students can make different words. Then we have different worksheets like cut and make, sentence building, and as the books get more difficult, there are other worksheets. Then we have word mapping. We have 2 different ways that you can do the word mapping. First, we have a word mapping book. We're going to have our decodable words and our heart words. And then we're going to have a page for each of those words where the students can tap and map the words, graph it, and write it. And you can see we have the decodable words, and then we have our heart words. At the end, there is a worksheet that students can do for word mapping. Then there's an answer key that's going to show the words that the students will map. Lastly, we have a comprehension piece. In the comprehension piece, we have different comprehension worksheets that are specific to every book. And as you can see, we have some sequencing, beginning, middle, end. We do have some that work with some phonics skills, so more than just comprehension. And as the books get more difficult, we have different ones for each book depending on what the book is about, really. There's a fluency worksheet. And as we get into some more difficult books, we also have vocabulary included. Also, we have our digital decodable reader. Here we have a link where you can assign it in Google Classroom if you would like. Or you can read the book from here, or you could go ahead and do full screen, project it up onto the smartboard. If you have the link here for Google Classroom, you can see here is the book ISAT, and you can click and go through the book. It's going to be exactly the same as the student book. Every Decodable reader is going to have all of these resources. Now, let's take a look at the decodable passages. For the decodable passages, these are the UFly decodable passages. I'm going to click on ISAT, and here you're going to go ahead and download the passages. There are 3 different levels. The first level, the story is exactly the same as the book. Level 2 is a little more difficult and does skills through 1st grade. And level 3 is even more difficult and does skills through 2nd grade. As you can see, the word floor is in here with OO, and that skill is not taught until 2nd grade. These are perfect for sending home with students because they're just 1 page and then they can practice those skills at home. Now let's take a look at the digital readers. Every book has a digital reader, and we have a couple of ways you can go about accessing that. First, we have different links. These links will go directly to the book. There's directions that show you how to use these links for Google Classroom. Here is what it looks like. So you can go ahead, and if you click on ISAT, again, it will take you there. Now with this, there is a digital bookcase, and here, if the students go to the home button, this is going to show you all of the books for kindergarten. We also have fluency passages. Not all of the books come with fluency passages. We started with more difficult skills so that they can practice once they've developed some foundational skills. For the fluency passages, there is information on how to use them, and we have started with our long vowels. This is the story of the lake, and this is what the fluency passages look like. These are great for working on fluency and keeping track of the progress that each student makes. There are student sheets and teacher sheets. These are the decodable passages, so we have level 1, 2, and 3. Here is the teacher recording sheet, and it gives directions. It has the story, so you can go ahead and take a running record with it. We have level 2, level 3. Then we have the teacher recording sheets for just the fluency passages and not the heart words and decodable words. Level 1, level 2, level 3. Then we have our student copies for the fluency passages. Level 1, level 2, and level 3. And then this has just the passages only without the heart words and the decodable words. So it's just level 1, level 2, level 3. That was a little sneak peek inside the Decodable Reader's Vault, and we hope to see you on the inside.